Safety car here at the Pirelli World Challenge Grand Prix of Mid-Ohio, presented by Honda. We are going back to racing, and that safety car has made his escape, Cal. It's up to these guys.
Yeah, and I think Alvaro's let the safety car make his escape because he wants to be in total control of this situation, but he's got to be careful. He can't afford to go too early. He's got to wait for that VP Fuels acceleration zone, which is down in the carousel, but again, he should get a huge jump. He's gone early, Greg.
Yeah, and they gave everybody clear word over the network that when the safety car goes, you got to maintain safety car speed, and he maintained it to perfection. But he's launched, and he has got it. Look at that, Preston trying to get out of the way here.
It's going to be tough for these other competitors. Yeah. O'Connell and Sellers are going to be right on him, right through the apex of turn one. It's allowed Cooper to clear him. You can't hit the disappear button, so it's an awkward situation to be in.
Now, can Sellers get him? He's looking. Preston gives him just a little bit of room, but look at Long. That's going to give Long a great run here. I think Brian had the lift going in, Cal.
Yeah, he did. And Pat Long with that rotor location is going to get good traction and bike coming off that turn, but Brian got good exit speed there as well. Again, there can be a little bit of an overlap here and getting the performance back in your tires when they cool off a little bit. If you can pick up any of the marbles. Kind of snowballs on these tires when the tires are hot late in the going, and if there's marbles around the racetrack, the pickup can certainly create problems when you're trying to find grip when you go back to green.
Just a little under 9 minutes yet to go, so certainly some time.
Ooh, way wide. Really super wide there.
Didn't quite pick out who that was.
Getting back into a rhythm.
Oh, look at Alec Udell was able to get around on Mancinelli.
Yep.
On this lap.
Done that since they across the stripe the last time, so you're right. It was on this lap he made the move.
Now we'll see whether he's got anything here. We'll get a report. It may be the number 4, Pumpelli. It's right on board here, Cal.
Down the back straightaway. Let's look at Udell. Does he get to the inside of Mancinelli here? Side by side, Mancinelli.
Oh, he got hit by Cox.
Well,
Pumpelli got shoved off the track.
Yeah. Ironically, Spencer drove for the Acura team here last year and had the fastest race lap, so.
Yeah, that obviously, when he got off track, it allowed a few more people to be able to slide by, one of them the 43 of Eversley. And now Spencer has his work cut out trying to run those guys down again.
So cool, calm and relaxed when he's driving, doesn't he?
Yes.
What a performer. Always gets the job done. I know he and the team will be a little bit frustrated with the pace of the Audi here this weekend, but nonetheless, you know they're giving it 1,000,000%.
Yeah, he really was surprised. He said, we thought this was a car that was going to really work well. There's Preston trying to get out of the way.
Showing all over the back of Sofronis still for the lead in GTA. That battle's not going away.
It's incredibly close, and you can see just a couple of cars behind what we're looking at now is our GTA battle, but we're going to jump up to the front and look at this. Brent just seems to be able to, especially on cool tires after that long caution, he just seems to be able to go.
Total control this weekend. Did it in qualifying yesterday, laid down some really impressive laps, came in, reset the tire pressures, then his pole position time was beat. He went back out again and boom, boom, laid down 2 fast laps to retake that pole position. Got the perfect start here today, got the perfect restart. This is the performance he had to put in, and so far, I know there's 6.5 minutes still to go. It's the perfect weekend so far for Alvaro Perrin.
Exactly what he needed. We're going to take a quick pause. We will come back to take you all the way to the checkered flag. As we do, here's a look at the top 3 in GTA right now.
The Pirelli World Challenge on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Forge Line, American-made forged performance and racing wheels, and by Mercedes-Benz AMG. The Pirelli World Challenge on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Motor Trend On Demand. Visit MotorTrendOnDemand.com. Start your free trial today. And by TireRack.com, revolutionizing tire buying since 1979.
Well, the number 93 Acura NSX GT3 from Real Time Racing of Peter Cox. That fairly aggressive move on Pumpelly down into turn 4 into the S's has netted him a drive-through penalty for contact here at the Pirelli World Challenge. Grand Prix of Mid-Ohio presented by Honda Racing. So that'll frustrate the Dutchman a little bit. But
yeah, for sure. He's been on it this weekend, though. I mean, Eversley is super strong around here, and he's kind of had the upper hand. I know they run pretty much line of stern there when he had that moment around Spencer, but I think the driver steward's office are going to start to lay the law down a little bit. I know they're frustrated with some of the incidents that happened at Road America, and I think they're going to be a bit sterner with these calls and try and make some statements here. And I think as a driver, you need to recognize that. Maybe something that you got away with a couple of races ago. You need to read the verbiage and the tone in these driver meetings to make sure, do I need to adjust accordingly?
Absolutely. I mean, and you need to set the example, and you need to let them know that we're not going to tolerate that kind of stuff anymore. And these are professional race car drivers. They will take what they can get. Absolutely. That's the idea of here now. So, and it's been voted here that the Cadillac ATSV Move of the Race Award goes to Alvaro Pren, and it was for his start and his restart where he just said goodbye.
He did, and I will guarantee you one thing: those Cadillac boys will not be happy with that restart because he went early. Yeah, he definitely managed that. He let the safety car get way ahead, and he definitely went before the acceleration zone. And with that traffic in the way, there was nothing they could do.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some discussion of that.
Right.
And that's the thing, is that you can't pass till it goes green. So when you've got traffic in front of you, you're stuck. And I mean, smart by Alvaro, but the question is will the Cadillac guys perceive that enough? Yeah.
It's got really
tight,
hasn't it? Sellers has caught the Cadillac, and Long has come along for the ride as well.
3.5 to go, just under that, up and over the rise. It's a good little battle behind these guys. Marcelli, Dial, Udell, Mancinelli, Eversley complete the top 10 right now. Safronis has somehow been able to hang on in front of Shine.
A bit of chunk of time left in this because Alvaro's going to be hitting the stripe right now, so that means he's probably going to do 3 more laps, which will allow this battle to continue for 3 more laps as well.
Look at this. You see that Dial has been able to come right back to Marcelli, and he's brought Udell right along with him as we look out the back of Dial's De Vilbiss Mercedes, sitting in 7th right now. That's Udell behind him.
Alec Udell has been so impressive this year, but this battle is really intensifying. Curious to see if these guys could get it really close to being in a position to make a move, just where that aero wash, as we call it. The car in front is punching that hole in the air and is taking the air away from these dive planes that you're looking at on the front end of that Mercedes, for example. It just doesn't give the driver the grip that he needs to, and he's trying to get closer and make a move on exit. He suddenly feels that wash across the front of the car and can't turn in as effectively.
Now, you always wonder about these young guys like an Alec Udell when they're out on track and they're racing with and pursuing and maybe even running a little quicker than a Le Mans 24-hour class winner. That's got to be a heady moment for them.
Well, there's so much talent in this field, and for young Alec Udell to be doing what he's doing at such a young age, relative experience to some of these other guys, very impressive.
And this place is special to him. Back in 2011, as a 15-year-old, he got his first ever pole in Pirelli World Challenge competition in a Mustang in the GTS category, in the wet, no less. And then last year got his first ever win in Pirelli World Challenge here. Alvaro Parent turns into turn 1, and he will start his second to the last lap. Report coming in from race control now. White flag next time. So can anybody in this scrum here? I mean, it's Parent's to lose right now, but second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth.
The trouble for Sellers is that McLaren just doesn't have the straightaway speed of the caddies. I mean, the caddies at about 6 miles an hour on the majority of the field here this weekend. And that's why Alvaro knew that the start and restart was so important. He had the lap time, but he got behind. It's going to be awfully tough to pass Cooper.
Marcelli is really closing it up a little bit on Long. It's not a surprise. Remember, he qualified 4th, and then he got kind of swamped at the start. So we know he's got pace. He just hasn't been able to show it that much after dropping back to the start.
Well, a difficult scenario, and we hate to bring up sort of like a bad vibe, but Alex Ribeiro was so impressive when he started the year for our Ferry, but had a few moments and had that big crash at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, and that's why we haven't seen them campaign the car any longer, and they've obviously had a change in the driver lineup by drafting in Marcelli, who was just supposed to be doing the sprint next round, so I'm sure that's in the back of Carl Marcelli's mind. Listen, this team has been through the wars.
Exactly.
I can't afford to get too aggressive, and when you're kind of giving a fierce competitor a little bit of room, that will cost you.
And we are now on our last lap. You see the white flag fly and the margin as they come by. Well, let's take a look at it. It is 5.8 seconds. Alvaro Perret back to Michael Cooper. And you can't even see them. There they come into the frame here. So it's this group, this battle here. Is anybody going to be able to do anything on this final lap to pick up an important position? And really, in many ways, the focus there would be Pat Long, because with Brent winning and winning big here, Long finishing 5th, you know, that's going to close things up. No question about that, Cal.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge point swing here today. So Alvaro will get 26 points with the point for the pole. And Pat Long 17 for 5th position. So that's a 9-point swing out of that 17-point lead he had. He's basically halved it. Do the same thing tomorrow. It's going to be really tight.
Up and over the top of the S's. Turning into madness. On board with Johnny O'Connell. Does he have anything left in terms of an advantage of tires or something here to do something with his young teammate Michael Cooper? And we'll have to find out, because we're going to watch this guy come through. And he has been something special. He likes Mid-Ohio, and it shows. And we talked about it, Cal. It's a track where a driver can make a difference, and today that driver is driving a McLaren to the win at Mid-Ohio. Superb run for Alvaro Perret once again in the K-Pax McLaren, doing exactly what he needed to do. A Cadillac 2-3, finishing behind him. Cooper hanging on over Johnny O'Connell. Then Brian Sellers in the second of the K-Pax McLarens sits in that 4th spot, and in 5th is Long. And watching for the battle in the GTA category. And Sofronis snuck around Shine and hangs on. But that was the margin, Cal, pretty much the entire race. That was fun to watch. Sofronis over Shine by 0.2 of a second, and their fastest laps about, well, even far less of a margin than that. Great stuff. We'll hear from our winners when we come back.